What's up guys, Jordan here, and today we're going through how to start Facebook ads. Now our last video got over 1 million views, but Facebook have changed a thing or two. So today I'm bringing you right back up to speed, the A to Z of how to launch your first ever Facebook ad. But before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed with your notification bell turned on, and let's get started with this video. Okay, so before we jump onto the Mac, I want to announce a competition. For every 100 people that comment on this video, I'm going to be giving someone completely free access to the Learn Ads Pro Facebook Ad Training course, and we're going to announce that every 100 comments. Now to enter, you need to comment down below with your goals for advertising on Facebook. So that's it, enter that competition, and let's jump straight into this training. Okay, let's jump straight into this Facebook ads training, starting off with some numbers. Now, there are 1.7 billion daily active users on the Facebook platform, and around 80% of the internet have a Facebook profile. So this is a colossal opportunity for business owners to get themselves in the hands of their ideal customers, and that's reflected in the ad revenue from Facebook. There was $17 billion spent on Facebook ads in Q1 alone in 2020, and more than 80 million businesses already have a Facebook business page. And that's because the average cost per click on Facebook, which is the cost to get somebody to visit your website, is $1.72. Although that average actually sounds pretty high to me based on the results we get in our marketing agency. And so by the end of this video, I'm pretty sure your cost per click will be a lot less than that. Now the CPM, which is the cost to reach 1,000 people, so 1,000 people in your target audience, is around $7.34 on Facebook, which makes Facebook one of the most cost-effective ad platforms in the world right now, which is probably why 86% of US marketers already use Facebook ads as part of their marketing strategy. So how does it all work? Well, here's an overview of the Facebook advertising platform. This is the structure of the platform, and we'll break down each of these components individually. But at the top of this, we have the Facebook Business Suite, which is formerly known as the Facebook Business Manager. And this is where we manage our business account. We then have Ads Manager, so this is the host of all of our ad accounts. And within Ads Manager, we can have multiple ad accounts. So this is where we actually manage our ads. For example, if you own multiple businesses, you may have multiple ad accounts because you want one ad account for one business. You don't want to be managing ads for multiple businesses on one ad account. Equally, if you have an advertising agency, you'll want to have multiple ad accounts for each of your clients. Underneath an ad account, we have an ad campaign, and this is the type of advert we're actually running. We then have an ad set, which is our target audience. And finally, we have our ad creative, okay? The advert itself, the visuals. You'll notice that ad campaign, ad set, and advert are all grouped up on this diagram, and that's because they are the three core components that make up a Facebook ad. Let's jump into that a little bit further. So we have campaigns at the top, which is where we select our objective. What are we trying to achieve from our ads? Do we want to drive traffic through to our website, or do we want engagement on a post? We select that at a campaign stage. We then have our ad sets, and this is where we select our target audience, who we are actually trying to reach. And then finally, we have our ads themselves, the creative or the visuals, what we see on the Facebook newsfeed. This could be a video, this could be an image, and of course your ad copy as well, which is your text for the ad. Now, you won't always have one campaign with one ad set and one ad within that. As an advertiser, you'll want to test out multiple variables, different audiences, and different ad creatives as well. And this diagram represents that. So let's say, for example, we have one campaign, and this is a traffic campaign. We're driving traffic through to our website, and we are a dog treat company, and we want to test out two different audiences. So we have ad set 1 and ad set 2. Ad set 1 is targeting an interest dog lovers. Ad set 2 could be targeting dog owners, for example. And within those two ad sets, we have two different ads we're testing out as well. So we have ad 1 and ad 2. Ad 1 could be a video showing somebody giving their dog this treat. Ad 2 could be an image of a dog eating a treat, or a very happy looking dog. So actually what we have here with this diagram is one ad campaign, which is testing out two different ads to two different audiences. And the reason we do testing is to make sure that we are getting the highest return on ad spend possible. Just because we think that an audience and an ad is going to work well doesn't mean it actually will convert when we publish that advert. And so we have to do a lot of testing to find winning Facebook ad campaigns. So that's an overview of a Facebook ad and the Business Suite structure. Let's jump straight into the platform right now so you can see this in practice. Now, to create a business manager or suite account, go over to business.facebook.com. And this is not to be confused with a Facebook business page, by the way. You need a page for your business already. So if you don't have a Facebook page for your business, go and create one first of all. So once you're on business.facebook.com, go on the top right corner and hit create account. And this is where we can enter the details for our business manager. So enter your business name, your name, and then your business email address. Hit submit. You'll be prompted to enter a URL, and you can enter your website URL or just paste the link for your business page on Facebook. I can't do that right now because we already have an account created. Now, once your account is created, you'll be brought straight through to the Facebook Business Suite. And that will look just like this. Now, the first thing we'll notice is we have a large overview on the Business Suite homepage, which allows us to look at all of the data from our Facebook business page. We can look at updates. We can look at recent posts. We can have a look at some insights as well. So this is really useful information, all consolidated in one easy to read place. But the first thing we need to do is actually set up this business manager properly. So go over to the left-hand side and go more tools. I'll just zoom in so you can see this just in case. And then we're going to go over to business settings, and we're going to set up our account so we're ready to launch our first ad. Now, on the left-hand side here, we have our navigation bar, and on the right, we have our actionable area. And we're going to start off with users and people. Now, this is where we can add other people onto our business manager. So, for example, if we have employees and we want them to launch our ads for us or analyze the data, we can hit the blue add button here, and we can add somebody with employee access or full admin access as well. So if we want them to have full rights over the account. All we simply need to do is enter their email address, hit next, and we will send an invite through to their inbox, and they'll be able to accept that and have access to everything within our business manager. We want to make sure that we are on here as well. We then have partners. Now, for example, if you want to work with a digital marketing agency and they already have another business manager account already set up, you can add them, so invite them to have access to yours by entering their business ID. I'll show you where you can find this in a moment if you ever need to give somebody your business ID. We then have pages. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we add our business page, our Facebook business page, onto our business manager settings. And so we can hit the blue add button and hit add a page. And all you simply need to do is type in the name of your page and hit add. Okay, so we can add those pages onto our business manager. Okay, so now our page is added to our business manager. Now, just to highlight, if you're running ads on someone else's behalf, when you click add, you can request access to somebody else's page, or you can even go ahead and create a brand new Facebook business page if you don't have one already created. So you can click add new page and go through all of the questions, and this will create a page within the Facebook business suite now. So let's just cancel that. So now our page is added, we can go ahead and create an ad account. So hit add account, hit add, and again, we have the same options here. We can add an ad account, an existing one. We can request access to somebody else's account, or we can create a new one. So we're going to create a new one, and we're going to name this, and we're going to select our time zone and our currency. Let's make sure that your currency is correct, because it's a little bit tedious having to go back and change it later on. Hit next. This is for my business, although if you're an agency, you want to do another business or client. But we're going to select my business. Hit create. And we're going to make sure we select ourselves and give ourselves full admin access. Again, though, this is where we can add other people from our business manager onto this ad account. Hit assign, hit add payment info. And here we want to add our payment method for this ad account. This is the method that you're going to use to pay for the ads that you're running on this account. So we can do direct debit, we can do PayPal, we can do online banking, or Facebook ad credit if you have a ad credit token. For now, I'm going to select debit and credit card, and I'm just going to enter some card details so we can set up this account. Okay, so now payment details are added, this ad account will be good to go. But there's one final thing we need to do, and let's go down to business info on the bottom left corner and make sure our business information is bang up to date. So the first thing we need to do is assign a primary page to our business manager. So we edit that and we select our primary page, whatever one is the main page that we are using for this business manager. We then want to edit our business details, so enter our legal business name, address, and tax ID for accounting purposes. And if we have the option to verify our business status, you should do this as well. It gives us more security and tells Facebook we are a legitimate company looking to advertise on the platform. You'll notice here that your ad account creation limit will probably be 1 if this is a brand new account, which means that you can only create 1 ad account. Now, Facebook do this for security reasons to stop fraud and prevent that. And so what you need to do to lift this limit if you need multiple ad accounts is start creating ads on your current ad account, spend money on the account, actually pay your bill, and then Facebook will lift that limit and allow you to create more ads. So you just need to build a bit of trust with the platform first. The final thing you could do is set up 2-factor authentication for security and verify your email address. Now, you will have received an email from Facebook when you created your Business Manager account. If you didn't, just hit resend verification email. And that is your Business Manager completely set up. There are a ton of other options on business settings, but this will cover 99% of businesses. We do not have time to go through all those other things right now. Let's jump straight into the actual Ads Manager and how we can create our first Facebook ad. So if we go down the top left corner here, and go on Business Tools, and we're going to go down to Ads Manager. So now we are in the ad account we just created on the Ads Manager interface. Remember, we have Business Suite, Ad Manager, then the ad account. If we want to select a different ad account, we can hit this drop down and select any others that we have associated to us. We then have our 3 core elements to a Facebook ad, and that's a campaign, an ad set, and an ad. And if we want to create our first ever ad, all we need to do is hit either this create ad button in the middle or the green create button. And it's going to give us the option, first of all, to select our campaign objective. So let's zoom in so you can see this. So at this stage, we can select what it is we are trying to achieve from our ad. So we have 3 main objective types: awareness, consideration, or conversion. Awareness is how it sounds. It's to make people aware of our product or service for the first time. Consideration is to get some kind of commitment of interest, whether that's a lead form or just going onto our website. We then have conversion, and that is to get the actual sale, to get cash in our bank from our ads. Let's highlight a few of the most commonly used individual objective types. So we have traffic. This is to drive traffic from A to B, so from Facebook through to your website or landing page. Engagement, to get likes, comments, or shares, vanity metrics. App installs, exactly how it sounds. Video views, so to get people watching a promotional video of ours. Lead generation, so we can create a form on Facebook and have our potential customers fill in their details so we can then sell to them later. Messages, to prompt Facebook messages. And then we have conversions. So conversions is the campaign objective that the majority of you want to use if you want to get sales on your website or want to get your customers to take a very specific action on your website. And the way we do this is through the Facebook Pixel. The Facebook Pixel is a tracking code that all of you should install on your website that allows you to read into the data of your customers. You can find out what your customers are doing on your website and how they are behaving, and most importantly, how or whether they are converting or not. That allows you to track the exact amount of money they are spending so you can see your return on investment on Facebook and get a full understanding of how well your ads are performing. In fact, before we continue on creating this ad, let me show you how to set up a Facebook Pixel. So go over to Business Tools and go down to Events Manager and then click Connect a Data Source, Web, Get Started, Facebook Pixel, hit Connect, name the pixel, so this can be whatever you want to call it. You can then enter your website URL, okay? And if your website is found to be built on a platform that integrates with Facebook easily, it'll take all of the hard work out for you and it'll set up your pixel. Hit continue. We then get the option to either install manually or use a partner integration. If I show you using a partner integration first of all, because the majority of you will be able to do this, if your website is built on any of these tools, then you'll be able to quickly integrate the Facebook Pixel. But all we're really doing here is inserting a small bit of code into the header of your website, a tracking code. So let's say, for example, your website is built on Kajabi. You can hit Kajabi, and it'll go through the individual instructions that you need to follow to actually set up the pixel. Some of these will actually automatically integrate though. For example, with Shopify, it's very easy. You just need to put a pixel ID code in your Shopify store settings. Now, if you want to install the pixel yourself, hit install code manually and copy this code and paste it into the header of your website. Then hit continue and you'll be prompted to create event codes so you can track individual actions. So for example, if you want to track purchases on your website, you can install the purchase event code into the thank you page of your website. So Facebook knows when somebody has purchased your product. Now, if any of this is confusing, you can't set up automatic integrations and you can't set up the code yourself manually, you can click email instructions and send these instructions over to a web developer who will make light of this and be able to set up the pixel very easily. I recommend all businesses to set up a Facebook pixel on their website so you can track data and your ads will get more effective over time as Facebook learns more and more about your audience and your customers. So let's go back over to the ads manager and let's resume creating that ad today. So we're going to hit create, and then for the purpose of this, I'm going to create a traffic advert driving traffic from Facebook onto our website, and we'll follow suit with the dog treat theme. So we'll advertise for a dog treat company. We're going to name our campaign, and we want to name it something we'll easily remember so we can quick reference later on. So this can be dog treat traffic, and this could be cold, okay, cold audience. Because this is going to be a completely cold audience that has never heard about our brand before. Hit continue. We then get to check through our campaign settings, but as a beginner, there is nothing that we need to change here. So we're going to hit next. So we're now brought through to the ad set stage where we can select our audience and our targeting. And the first thing we're going to do is name our ad set. So again, something we can remember. So let's put the campaign name in there and our audience itself. So we're going to target dog owners for this. Now you will notice there are a ton of different features and options at an ad set level. Way too many features for us to go through in a YouTube video about it being hours long and the algorithm absolutely hating it. But I will be giving each and every one of you the opportunity to learn about every single feature on Facebook ad creation at the end of this video completely for free. But in this video, we're only going to highlight the things that matter to beginners when creating their first ads. So we're going to skip through here and we're going to go down to budget because we want to select the budget for this traffic ad. The daily budget I would recommend for any ad is $5 or £5 to start off with. You can always scale up from there depending on results. I wouldn't recommend going any lower than that because you're not going to give the algorithm enough chance to actually optimize your ads and get whatever conversion you want people to take or whatever action you want people to take on your website or from your ad. We can then schedule a start date and an end date, but I'd like to keep this open so we have more control. And we want to go down to audience. We're going to skip custom audiences for now because that's retargeting and pixel-based audiences. And we're going to create what's called a Facebook saved audience. We're going to look into interests and demographics on the actual platform. The first thing we can do is edit our location. So for this, we can select, let's run an ad in the United States actually. So let's get rid of the United Kingdom. So we're going to put it in United States. There we go. And we have the United States selected, okay? We can add as many locations as we want to, and we're targeting at the moment people who live in or have recently been in this location. But we might just want to target people who just live in this location if we are only shipping to the United States, for example. So we don't want to target holiday makers or people who are just traveling through the US. We can also drop a pin on this map. So if we hit drop pin, we can drop a pin directly on a specific property if we want to. We're going to go down to age now, and we want to keep this open. For dog treats, we can keep this pretty open. Anyone can have a dog, but you can select your age demographic. Gender, we're going to select all genders, but again, you just hit edit and you can edit any of these. Then we're going to go down to detailed targeting. This is where it gets really interesting. Now it's here we get access to all the data Facebook has on its users. And to demonstrate this, we'll hit browse and we can select demographics, interests, or behaviors. I recommend you having a play around with this. You'll be mind blown at who and what you can target with Facebook. We start off with demographics. We can target people based on their educational level, their financial income, their relationship status, their work, so their job title, or even their employer. We can target people based on their interests. So if you've ever put a status up or you've liked pages on Facebook, Facebook will know you are interested in that topic. And you can pretty much target anything when it comes to interest. Harley Davidson, Cartier, Rolex, dog lovers, okay? You can target anything pretty much. So have a search in here and find out what is relevant to your business. We then have behaviors. So if you've got an anniversary coming up, whether you're an expat, whether you are using a specific mobile device, your political views, your purchase behavior online. The options really are endless when it comes to Facebook detailed targeting. So we want to target something to do with dogs. So let's put in dog. We can see all of the interests here. And on the right hand side, we can see how many people are interested in this specific topic, okay? So dog food, for example, there are 48 million people interested in dog food on Facebook. So let's select that. And on the right-hand side, we can see specifically how many people in our chosen demographic. So we've selected the US only. So whilst there's 48 million people interested in dog food on Facebook, there are 13 million people who are interested in dog food in the US alone, okay? We then have estimated daily results on the right-hand side here as well. We can reach between 800 and 2,400 people from this ad on our daily spend, and hopefully get between 20 and 68 link clicks. Now, this data isn't always that accurate, so take it with a pinch of salt. Now, I also only recommend you selecting 1 or 2 interests or demographics when you are using detailed targeting per ad set. And that's because if you have multiple interests and demographics on each ad set, you're not going to know what is actually getting you sales or getting you leads. And so if you only have 1 or 2, you have more control over who you are targeting and you understand what audiences are actually working for you. So only have 1 or 2. If there's 5 or 6 interests that you want to target on Facebook, separate them into their own individual ad sets. You can then further narrow down interests as well. So detailed targeting, you can say that you want people to also reach other interests as well. So we could, for example, say people must match dog food and they must also match dog sitting, for example, okay? We can get rid of that. So you have to match each of the detailed targeting criteria that you put into the ad set. So that's all we're going to do for now. We're going to target dog food. There's 13 million people that we can reach there, so a very large audience. We then want to go down to placements. So we can select automatic placements or manual placements. And all this simply means if we click manual placements, you'll be able to see the context here. This is where Facebook will show your advert on the platform. So feeds, so we could run this on Instagram, on Facebook, on video feeds, stories, in-stream, in-article. So have a look at all of these and you'll be able to see all the places that Facebook can show your ads. Now, for the majority of people, Facebook newsfeed is what will convert the most, okay? Facebook newsfeed or Instagram newsfeed as well, okay? But for beginners, I would recommend you keeping this on automatic placements because you're not going to know what will convert best until you actually start running your ad. So select automatic placements and then after a week or so, have a look at where your sales are coming from and then select manual placements and only tick the placements which are converting the best for you, which are performing the best. So we're going to hit automatic placements and continue from there. We want to ignore optimization and delivery because again, that is not for beginners and I will give you the opportunity to learn more about that later on. Hit next, we are done on an ad set level. And now we get to design the visuals of our ad, the exciting part. So let's name it. Again, let's do dog treat traffic. So we can quick reference. And we can name this dog video because we are going to create a quick video for this ad. Video performs very well on Facebook. Facebook still prioritizes video on the newsfeed. We want to make sure our Facebook page is selected and of course our Instagram page. If we are advertising on Instagram as well, we can connect it just by hitting that button. And we are then going to create an ad, or we can use an existing post on our page or use Creative Hub. Creative Hub is an inbuilt creative making tool on Facebook, so you can essentially create Facebook ads in advance and then come back to them later on. We're just going to create an ad here and we're going to use a single image or video, but you can also use a carousel ad, which is multiple images or videos, or a collection, which is, as it sounds, a collection of different sized images and videos and products. But we're going to use single image or video, and we're going to scroll down and we're going to add media. So this is where we can upload our video. We don't have a video created for this ad yet, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to InVideo, which is a tool that we use to create really great Facebook adverts for our clients and for our own business. So if I go over to InVideo now, InVideo have kindly sponsored this video as they did the last one, so thank you to the team. InVideo is an online video creation platform with over 4,000 ready-made video templates. It's very, very easy to use. I'm going to show you in a moment. Now, if you want to create an account, go over to invideo.io. You can create a free trial, or I would recommend using code PLATIN25 for 25% off an annual membership. It works out at like $90, which is an absolute steal, believe me, and you'll see why. So let's log in right now. So as soon as you're logged in, you can access all of the templates right away. We can search for one and we can select our dimension. We want to create a square video because we want to take up as much room as we can on the Facebook newsfeed. And right at the top, we can see all of the latest templates, which is really useful when you want to keep your content and ads up to date and refreshed. We're going to search for dog though. Let's search for dogs. Let's see what we can find. We're creating a dog-based ad. So let's search for that. and let's see what we can find. If we hover over any of these, we can see a preview of what this video looks like. And if we click on any of them, for example, let's go on this one here, we can see it in different sizes. We've got some music playing there. Just turn that down. Cool, so we can see it in all the different sizes available as well. They'll automatically or dynamically update depending on what dimensions we want. Let's go with this one here though. I like the look of this one. Okay, so we've got the nice pug here with the crown. Premium dog food, this is right. So use this template and we're brought through to the editing platform without having to download anything, which is great. Now, if this is your first time using InVideo, I'd recommend clicking the bottom left corner and you can reach out to InVideo support with any questions that you've got. They are available 24/7 and they always go above and beyond for their customers. You can also watch any of the live webinars and masterclasses to learn more about the platform. And I would recommend you joining their completely free Facebook group of over 20,000 other marketers, which really is a great group. I'm in there myself and there's a link in the description of this video. So go join that group and you can speak to other people and see what they have created on the InVideo platform. But for now, let's go ahead and create an ad for this Facebook ad. Now on the left-hand side here, we have access to multimedia. On the right-hand side, we can edit things on screen. And on the bottom, we have our timeline. So similar to any other video editing tool. On the left, if we want to access multimedia, we can go on videos, we can go on images. Now with a premium account, you get access to over 10 million stock images and videos taken from premium stock websites. And that literally costs hundreds and hundreds of pounds to access this, but you get it for free with a premium InVideo account, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm not really sure how they've managed to get that relationship. But let's say we wanted to change the picture of this pug here. We wanted to change this to something else. Let's upload an image. I have one I uploaded earlier in true Blue Peter style. So we're going to upload those. And we can then select the doggo. And I'm going to drag him over onto the screen. So let's drag this doggo over onto that pug. And I'm going to replace that one there, okay? Just get rid of that one that we just accidentally dragged on. Now, with this dog here, he's got a background, okay? It's not great, doesn't look good on this animation. So what we want to do is hit remove background on the right-hand side, and we can easily remove the background of this image, which is great. I wish Photoshop had a simple tool to do this instead of having to cut around with a lasso. So, we are done, and we now want to resize the dog. So, let's make sure that this fits in well. We just simply drag that, put it down to there, and we are nice and easy. So, doggo is edited. We can now change the logo as well. So again, I can drag a new logo into here. I want to remove the background again. We can then go over to change project colors. We can change all of the colors we've got going on here. But actually, I probably want a background image behind this dog. So let's go on images and let's see if we can search for, let's find some kind of a beach. Doggo at the beach, okay? Somewhere dogs always seem to be with their owners going for walks. So let's go there. Let's make this nice and big. Now, images may be a little bit blurry to start off with before we actually render this. It's just to make sure that everything is nice and quick. But when we render, you'll notice these images won't be blurry at all. Let's go on to layers here and just make sure this is above that. So we've just added that on. We need to make sure this is above the dog itself. So where's the dog? And we want the dog above us. There we go. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Let's go down just to make sure. We might need to play around a little bit just to make sure that you've got this all right. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, are we good? Yes, we're fine. Okay, I haven't messed anything up. So, we've got that image there. Again, that won't be blurry when we actually come to rendering this image. Let's then change the background of this black, because I don't really like the black there now. It doesn't really work very well with the beach. So let's go on white, and then we need to change all of this text here as well. So if we go there, hit black, all of our text is now changed as well. Just move that a little bit more centralized. So this ad is looking a little bit more funky, okay? So what else can we do? Can we change this? Yeah, let's go back, change the project colors. Let's change this to a nice blue to actually go with the coastal thing. Okay, maybe not like so that. Okay, we're looking pretty good, okay? This, obviously you can spend as much time or as little time as you want to on creating these. I'm just trying to get through this video for you guys, so we don't really have all day to be creating an advert. So let me just turn down that music. I'm actually going to change that music in a moment. This is looking pretty nice. Okay, so if I want to change the music here, I'm going to go to music. And we have access to a ton of tracks. So if I do chill out, let's see what we can find. Okay, that'll do the job. Okay, so add before track. Okay, and we now just want to make this a lot smaller. So I'm just going to resize this. Delete this one. Okay, we can trim this one. Edit, trim. We want to trim it right down. Done. Okay, now we're trimmed. We have our new music on here, which is perfect. Now, a new feature at InVideo is adding scenes to our timeline, so we can essentially merge multiple templates together. For example, if we find these two templates which are similar to each other, we can add one to the timeline, so we can add a scene here, and we can add a transition, so we can show multiple products, or if we need a longer advert, this is really useful for us. Now, the final thing we need to do here is I'm just going to change the text, so if we double click on that, I can change the text up here, so I'm going to call this dogbox.com. This isn't actually a website that I own, so apologies if you own Dogbox. I'm going to save that. We'll change this discount to 25%. Move that up a little bit, it's all drag and drop. And to export this, we simply just need to hit the top right export button. So now we can see a preview of this render no blurry images because it's now rendered. We can click this button and download in 1080p HD, and we can upload this straight on to Facebook ready to complete our ad. Now there is a link for InVideo in this description of this video. If you want to sign up, use code PLASSON25 for 25% off any premium plan. It's a no-brainer for anybody looking to create video content for their marketing strategy. Make sure if you do sign up, you go onto the Facebook community as well and join 20,000 marketers as well as me who are creating video content every single day. So go check out InVideo. Let's go back over to the Facebook Ad Manager. So now all we need to do is hit Add Media, Add Video, and we're going to upload the video we just created. And we can now preview that on the right-hand side on all of the different placements that we have selected. We now want to finish this ad by selecting our traffic link and also adding our ad copy. So the primary text is the text above the video. So this is our main ad copy. And for this, if we're saying treat your dog like a king, we could use the same treat, or we could do 25% off dog treats. Okay, and we could add an emoji in there. And in fact, we could have a different attention grabber. So pamper your pooch, they deserve it. Okay. Pamper your pooch, they deserve it. 20% off dog treats. Nice simple ad copy there, okay? The key is the headline, okay? The attention grabber. We need to grab someone's attention very, very quickly so they stop scrolling down their feed. We then have this headline, so we can do the treat your dog like a king. And we have the description as well, which is the text underneath the headline. So the text underneath the headline, you'll be able to see this pop up in a moment in the preview. So this could be 30-day returns policy, something along them lines, okay? Just another little bit of text that comes in. Now for this preview to come up, we need to put our website URL. So we're just going to put dogbox.com and it'll bring up a bar underneath this video. Here we go. So we can see treat your dog like a king, 30-day returns policy, learn more. We want to change that call to action button to shop now, okay? Because we actually want people to take action here. Or we can do get offer. So we can do shop now or get offer. Get offer is probably more sensible for a 25% off redeemable offer. So we're going to do the call to action button, get offer. And we have our website URL placed in there. That's where you want to drive traffic from Facebook onto. We then can scroll down onto tracking, and we want to make sure our website events are turned on. So we want to set up our pixel. We don't have a pixel set up because it's just a dummy account, but you want to make sure the correct pixel is selected so you can track your customers correctly, and also Facebook can optimize based on the actions your customers are taking on your website. So we're going to turn that off for now, and we are done. We hit publish. And that is our first ever ad created. Now it can take up to 24 hours for our first ad to actually go live. Facebook will review it through their algorithm, sometimes in person, and they want to make sure you're not breaking any policies. Then you are good to go, you're live, and you can start generating new revenue and traffic for your business. Now, very quickly, I will show you how you can read the data of your ads. When they're actually live, if we go on, it doesn't matter if you're on a campaign, ad set, or ad level, you can read the data of your ads by looking at all of these different columns here. And they all mean, of course, different things. So we have frequency, for example, which is how many times people are seeing your ads. The unique link clicks, so how many people are actually clicking onto your website. The amount you've spent, your quality ranking, your cost per result. And if you want to change any of these columns, click the column button, hit customize columns, and you can add a number of different columns to your Facebook Business Manager. So we could add the amount of clicks, the click-through rate, so the percentage of people that are clicking on our ad, the cost per 1,000 impressions, so our CPM, and you just hit apply and it'll add this to your ads manager. There are also a whole heap of other preset column settings, okay? So you can read the data this way and figure out how well your ads are performing based on what metrics matter to you the most. Another thing you can do is head over to Account Overview, and this is where you'll be able to see an overview of how your ad account is performing. You can see the amount spent, your reach, you can hit these drop downs and you can see your website purchases, your impressions, your link clicks, the age and genders of the people that are taking the actions you want to take, the hours, so the actual times of the day that people are converting the most, and of course the countries where they're from. There's no data in here at the moment, but as soon as you start running ads, you'll be able to learn very quickly what you were doing right and what you were doing wrong, and how you can further optimize your ads for success. So that is how you set up your first ever Facebook ad. Let's go straight back over to the other camera and I'll tell you how you can continue learning about Facebook ads for free. Okay, so that is the end of this training video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Now, I want to invite you to continue learning about Facebook ads and expand your knowledge further so you can get serious return on investment for your business. Head over to learnads.io and sign up to our completely free Facebook ad training course where we dive deep into every single detail of what we have touched on today and much, much more, from the foundations to launching, building, and scaling Facebook ads to insanely profitable levels. This free course gives more away than the majority of $1,000 courses out there, and that's because it's my mission to give more away for free than other people would have you pay for. So head over to learnads.io, sign up to our Facebook ad training, expand your knowledge when it comes to Facebook ads, and start profiting on the platform, learning from a digital marketing agency that has literally generated millions in new revenue for companies all over the globe, The Affluent Agency. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If this is the first video you have watched of mine, please subscribe with your notification bell turned on. Enter the competition as well by commenting down below with your goals for advertising on Facebook, and of course share this video with somebody else who will get value from it. Thank you so much. I'll see you all soon. Cheers.